Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is another episode of KK's Gaming History. We are heading back to the SNES, and this is actually an episode I tried to do with my friend Seiki, but it just turned out completely horrid, and he'll agree with that. We didn't keep our footage because it was just awful. So I'm doing this one solo, and the reason why I'm doing this one solo is because I ploughed many hours into this particular game when I was a kid, and because I was a SNES guy and Seiki was a Mega Drive guy, it's difficult for us to do certain crossovers. Some we can do, but this one really wasn't one of them, so it ended up being extremely one-sided when we did this one in our last attempt. So I'm going to do this one on my own, and it is Super Bomberman, the first one. I spent many hours in battle mode of this, mainly single player, but entirely single player, because I didn't really socialise all that well when I was a kid. I'll be honest, but I did play through the single player campaign, which is that one. So what I'm going to do for the purpose of this episode, I'm probably going to stick with Bomberman throughout, but I'm going to have a few rounds in battle mode first. Oh, the music is fabulous. I can't remember whether, I think 10 was hardest, so just because it's been a while, I know I briefly did this with Seiki earlier in the week, but it was only like 1 or 2 matches, so I'm going to stick that in the middle. You can have up to 5 win matches, so the first to 5, and there were just a variety of different stages. Normal, fairly obvious. Western was just a different shape, but you started in the middle. On normal zone, you can see there's gaps in the 4 corners. The four Bombermen started in the 4 corners. In the Western zone, you started in the middle. Bomb zone, bombs drop from the ceiling. So how am I remembering this after so many years? Jump zone, those yellowy circular things are springs, and you will just randomly drop somewhere else in the map. Belt zone, that blue what is actually a conveyor belt, just moves you and your bombs around in that square. Tunnel zone, yep, you can't see in those pipes, so you can go through them, you've got bombs in them, etc. Dual zone, you just got all those bits. You start in the middle again, and you have to basically, whoever gets up to the outside first just completely dominates everything else. That's why you would normally do this with 2. You can do it with 4. It's pretty messy. I can't quite remember what the caveat was with Flower Zone. Light Zone, the only bit that's lit is the spotlight. Power Zone, I think just meant there were no blocks anywhere. Warp Zone, similar to Spring Zone, where you dropped into the blue bits and just popped up. But instead of the spring zone just randomly place you somewhere in the map, warp, you would appear in one of the warp places. And speed, you started at maximum speed, and it was that one I tended to do. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to go through normal. Now, player 1 is always the white one. That is a virus, basically, so it can cause you to do one of multiple things. Oh, red has already killed himself. Speed and flame power up, so the bomb's flame is a little bit longer. Extra bombs. Speed. Yeah, so the virus can do one of a number of things. It can cause you to just infinitely lay bombs, or I say infinitely until the virus wears off. Oh, he's going to blow that punch up, yeah. If you touch another player, he's fast and he's permanently laying bombs. If he touches us, we will get that same virus. Like so! Oh, blue's gone. Hurry up and fade, and there we go, it's now faded. Now, after a certain period of time, with 1 minute left on the clock, that happens. And he's gone. Despite the fact he could quite easily have gotten out of that. Did I leave it on 1? I did. You get this little victory scene if you win the desired the designated win level. Let's stick that up to 10, why not? What should we do? No, I'm going to stick with normal. Just going to stick with normal for this. stress enough how long... Oh, that's black. He's gone. Oh, no. Ah, now blue can't lay any bombs. Oh, now neither can red. That's one of the virus effects. Get off. Oh, now... Oh, there we go. It ran out as soon as I got it. Oh, you got the punch. Ooh. Now, punch, basically, you could punch the thing over walls and over the barrier, actually. You can, do that, for instance. It's a very good way of catching people out. The kick, it went along the floor, but it didn't stop until either you hit the shoulder button or it hit a wall. Oh no, that's not good. He's fast and... Ah, blue's now stuck. Whoa, that was close. Oh dear. See, this is how fast you go in the speed zone. And you are like this permanently. Ah! Killed myself. Red one. Same victory sequence. Right. I love that bit of music there. I'm not entirely sure there was a way you could actually get back to the first menu without resetting it, so that's what I'm going to do. So that was battle mode. The only thing that separates it was the different maps you could do that on. Normal mode had some differences. There were bosses. The storyline, passe, you were trying to catch someone, I think. But there were different power-ups that were only available in the single-player version. And you were pretty gutted if you lost them. That's not going to work. And you had, of course, enemies. That should work. There we go. Now, the enemies themselves do drop power-ups. As you can see, different enemies need different amounts of bombs to kill. Some of them need 2 explosions. Some of them eat your bombs, etc., etc. I will point them out to you as and when we find them. Oh, the memories this brings, I can assure you. Oh, lovely. Flame power up, always useful. That should do it. There we go. All too easy was you kind of got carried away, or you got complacent with like how far your bombs would reach. Now that blue flashing thing on the right there is the exit. So you have to kill all the enemies in the level and then you can go through the exit. I always blew all of the blocks up just to see if there was any other power-ups. And some of the power-ups are fabulous, so you really don't want to miss them. Anything in there? No. Now there is a time limit, as is displayed by the white squares along the top. That's you gone. Now those kind of green floaty things need 2 bombs. You just saw I hit that one on the right and he is still alive. Should do it if he comes back up. Yes, he does. Very limited AI. They don't really change course all that often. Should do it. There we go. Speed power up. Marvellous. That's him. Now, it would have been all too easy to lay your bombs going left of that particular section I've just done and trap yourself behind your bombs, and you would then, of course, die. Now, if you blow up the exit square, you will cause an enemy to spawn. You don't get any extra points or any extra power-ups, I believe. Damn you would change direction. And he's gone. If you walk on the exit square before you're allowed to leave, you just stand there. Nothing particularly happens. Now, the there's a bit of a sprite error with this, in that that's not how the blocks, I think, should look when they detonate. I could be completely wrong on that. Oh, lovely. You do get double points if you kill more than one enemy in the same bomb. No, that's not going to kill the thing. Not sure what these things are meant to be, particularly, but you didn't really think about that when you were a kid. Not all enemies were completely unique. Some of them were just aesthetic differences, like these guys. Oh, there's kick, marvellous. Like I say, pressing R. I was going to say R1 then, that shows my age. There was no R1 or R2, there was just R and L, which are the shoulder buttons for the Super Nintendo. R1 and R2, as far as I know, didn't kick in until the PlayStation era. That poor little guy trapped there. Another bomb. See, I very nearly went down too far too quickly there, and and would have walked into my own bomb before it detonated. Oh, that's probably not quite right. There we go. You can kill enemies by kicking the bomb into them, which is quite useful for enemies that need more than one attack to kill. So the actual bomb clunking into them counts as one attack, and then the flame counts as the next. Ah, now the bomb enemies. They act as bombs. If they kill an enemy, you don't get points for them. And they were utter swines for blowing up power-ups. Because they will just detonate wherever they feel like. Oh, damn it. I trapped myself then. I changed my mind too late on what I was doing. Which way that bomb going? What should do with him? Ah, now thankfully I've actually kept my power-ups. I couldn't remember if you did in single player. Thankfully you do. You probably only do... Well, I think you only do up until you use a continue. Ooh, that wasn't the wisest way of doing that. Oh, see? That's how easy it is to just trap yourself. I didn't have kick then, so maybe you do lose like a power-up or something. Didn't think that through properly. Ah, invincibility jacket. You can do like silly things like that, but you end up blowing up power-ups doing that. It's only really useful for like the multi-hit enemies such as that guy on the right there. Gotta take a bit more care in what I'm doing. You kind of get used to how long it takes for your bombs to detonate, so it's easier to judge where to put them. And we are done. Now you don't have anything like a counter or anything showing you how long your flame length is or how many bombs you can carry, stuff like that. Extra time. Now that blue munching fella there eats your bombs. It doesn't eat the enemy bombs, unfortunately. I'm more interested in trying to get to the enemy bombs before they blow anything up I might want. Unfortunately, getting to them is going to take a little while. Ugh. If you're very quick and very precise, you can actually trap enemies in places. I got one of them. Oh, terrific. Stay along there. Thank you. Because if you don't, the one reason I try and get rid of those bomb enemies quickly is so they don't blow up power-ups, but also so they don't detonate on the damn exit and spawn 300 enemies. Let's release him. He is quite tricky. Because, like I say, he will eat your bombs. And he needs more than one hit. And he alters course. As soon as he sees the bomb, he'll go straight forward. He does. I couldn't remember if he turned about face, but yes, he does. But like I say, when you get used to how far ahead to place the bomb so that it detonates at the exact point you want to, you can start judging those gaps quite easily. I think there's 8 subset. Aha! That is timed bomb. I say time bomb. Remote bomb, sorry. Time bomb, that's what I currently use. Now this can get you in all kinds of trouble. That's what the time bomb looks like, and you detonate it with one of the buttons. You have to wait for the bomb to start moving before he's able to be killed. Oh, the tanks. Yes, they breathe fire through walls, and that can... Oh, that noise was a extra life. Yeah, the remote bomb is a great way of getting yourself killed because you rush too much. Yeah, when those tanks breathe fire, if they breathe fire on your bombs, it will detonate, ready or not. That's a great use of the kick. I don't think they blow up power-ups. Because you start getting used to place and then detonate, it's all too easy to kind of detonate too quick. Whoa, that was close. Gotcha. Ah, walk through walls. Walls are no longer a barrier to me. Because you can start doing things like that. Which also does lead to the temptation of premature detonation. On 7, I think it's the boss stage after this one. Well, 2 of them, but couldn't get that last one. Where's he going? Yay for invincibility. Yeah, but walk through walls doesn't prevent you from dying from the flame of the tank. See, I just attacked him twice there. Once from the bomb itself, hitting him, and once from the flame. They trigger, so they blur. You can do a chain reaction, same as any other bomb with them. Speed, fabulous. Whoa! Nearly placed the bomb in the wrong place there. Come on. Pop. And with the power-ups often appearing in the blocks, that's why I always cleared the level of blocks before I moved on. Now, if I remember rightly, here's a boss. You can do things like this whilst you're invincible, because it doesn't matter, he doesn't drop any power-ups. With remote bombs, he is really not that difficult. The music changes. Area 2? Does indeed. I think those things in the teacups also go through the walls. Yes they do, and they randomly change direction. If I recall though, if you blow up a block they're stood on, it doesn't hurt them. They're quite hard to predict where they're going to go, unfortunately. They can't go through your bomb. There we go. I don't think there was anything special about that particular guy. Hence, whoa, that was close. Die. There we go. I just had a thought actually. If you kick a bomb into an enemy, the item they might be carrying can't spawn. So it's only really worth doing for enemies that need multiple hits. That theory might be completely wrong. I've got no way of proving it. But you can place an enemy underneath another. Aha! The punch. That's what the punch does. You can, as I demonstrated in the battle mode, you can actually punch it over the wall. It's a great way of catching out opponents. Aha! Walk-through bomb. You can no longer pin yourself in. It does make the kick now completely useless. You can no longer kick your bombs, but there was a small price to pay for preventing yourself getting penned in. Ooh, that was close. The exit's over there. So there's anything over here? New. Oops. Wow. Oh no! Yeah, I thought I'd lose the remote bomb. You do pick it up again. It's yeah, I've lost walk-through wall as well. Oh, voila! That was very well timed. It's very rare though. You really don't find it that often. I think I've lost walk-through wall as well. Yeah. Ah. Damn and curses. I don't think you can kill two enemies like that. Yeah, I've lost punch as well. I might have liked this music quite a bit. Just gone. Oops. Nothing in there. There was a particular power-up that was amazing to get. Oh yes, those square ones vanished. Well, they didn't vanish, you could still see their eyes, but they were really hard to see. Wow. You can see the eyes are still there, the one in the top right-hand corner, but it's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to see. And it was all too easy, especially if you're in a hurry, to just walk straight into it. Aha, walk through wall again. Ah, that lovely invincibility jacket. And off to the next one. Yeah, I should get the next boss done in this level. In this recording, rather. Oh, yeah. 6,400 points. I managed to get 3 of them. More speed. More flame. I think the flame at maximum length went like almost the entire length of the wall, you know, all bar one square or something. There's already all the enemies gone. Whoops. Nearly did it. Nearly hit the... I'll show you what it does. That's what it does! And I ended up... In demonstrating it, I managed to kill myself. Well, how am I meant to get 2 of them out? If you were brave, you could try and pen them in, but... It was very risky to do. But it was a guaranteed kill if you actually penned them into one spot. Ah, now you see that some of those bomb enemies are... whoops. Are orangey colour. They are what I always used to call cherry bombs. Their flames go through walls. And they are particularly dangerous. And you can pick up that power-up. Particularly helpful if you get remote bombs as well. Oh, he's got a punch there. The bombs, they stood still, same as normal bombs do before they detonated, so it was kind of a way of predicting where to put your bomb. Still fun to remember the music. Anything in that one? No. I can't believe that. I killed myself with the enemies that spawn, just showing off how that works. Yeah, sounds right for me. Oh yeah, forgot you had walls like that. You can't walk through them when they disappear. It's just a visual effect. Oh, that's a bad idea. Quite know what I was thinking there. Come on. There we go. Something you could do, it doesn't work with these blue enemies, but with the enemies that don't eat your bombs, you could stand on the bomb to stop them touching you. But, of course, you would have to get off it before it exploded. Oh, that was stupid. Interesting, it didn't spawn any more enemies. Pretty sure it should have done. Nope, that's not going to hit him. I suppose you could kite it around the map, there's no real point in doing that. Should be that one. Yoo-hoo! Pop. Like that. You have to hope that... Oh, that was close. That was a little close for my liking. Any more power-ups to find? No. Oh, I've got to go do a boss without... Well, I have to, I suppose, but I'm going to. The boss for this one was what? The clown, I think. Yes! Oh no! I think you only hit it the amount of times it's sparking for. Oops, I wasn't paying attention there. Oh, how that spark didn't kill me, I do not know. Basically, the main way of doing this is just to get the bombs on the cross sections, so the flame had the greatest distance to travel. This boss is a lot stronger than I remember. There he goes. Ay ay ay. So far I've only died, I think, by my own stupidity. That also sounds about right. So when you picked up all the power-ups, it was like cherry bomb, walk through wall, and remote bomb as well. And there is cherry bomb. Now this did also make the walk through wall thing a little bit more dangerous, because you could die standing on a wall. Oh yeah, oh that was stupid. Oh yeah, I forgot those little green things burrow into the ground. Got it. Oops, silly me. Killed one, spawned another. That should be alright. And it is. Oh, you do get points for killing ones you've spawned yourself. I'll do one more, and then that'll be it for this episode. A punch, marvellous. No, this can be eaten. Yep. Ooh, that was close. Ah! Wasn't paying attention to the fact that he's just eating the bomb. He's going to get that one. Damn it! Such a great game of its era. Whoa, that was close. I can imagine this caused a lot of sofa fights for multiplayer. Also, the cherry bomb was a great way of accidentally triggering an enemy to spawn from the exit. And there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. We'll see you again soon.